It is another X-Posure Album Playback. Arctic Monkeys, whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. You're going to hear the whole thing in its entirety. It's just come out this week, but we can't resist the temptation of talking to the band themselves. We have two of them with us. We have Alex Turner and Matt Helders. Hello, welcome to
Hello.
SFM.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Fantastic.
How are you coping with the strain and the stress? Does it feel like strain and stress in your position?
Not for me.
No, not really.
No, it's just a big holiday.
Yeah,
Cool. So you're enjoying every minute.
Yeah.
indeed.
Excellent.
Except for that this morning when bus
Oh,
were
yeah.
flying all over and,
They had a bit of trouble with tour bus, and we had to get up for immigration back from France.
Right.
But,
So
yeah.
that those
That's
kind of
the one
hassles
as
are a
well.
bit of a pain.
Yeah.
The other bits.
absolutely. But if that's the,
Yeah,
that's
if-
the worst thing
if-
you've got to do, then
If they're the down times, then think of the good times.
Yeah. Excellent. So, Emma, we're going to think about the good times tonight.
Indeed.
The recording of the debut album. Basically, I suppose we should start kind of at the beginning. At what point did you start thinking, right, we should record an album? I mean, was it after you signed to Domino Records, and how did they approach it?
I don't know, we were like just before like this time last year when we were kind of we had a lot of songs together. I can remember that were like ambition, sort of make an album.
Right.
I remember like sort of thinking that's all right. I want to do that. That's my next kind of
goal.
Yeah,
Project.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what. So you had so many songs that you thought, right, we've got an album's worth of material. Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be brilliant? You probably said to
Yeah,
each other.
Yeah,
If we
to have
could
an
record
album.
an album.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And
And then we got round to it in the summer.
And so in the summer, so you signed to Domino in June, is that right?
Yeah, about that, I think. May, June.
And
June.
did they say, right, let's get you in the studio now and get everything recorded? Or
I can't remember.
I know, I can't remember if it worked, if they would.
They did
I
that.
think they probably encouraged it, but we wanted to as well, so it didn't seem like they'd just come in and it suddenly made it happen.
Because after
But,
we signed
they
to them, we
obviously
did
helped.
like a couple of tours I think,
Yeah.
before we did it. Because we recorded it like, I said summer, but it was
It
like
were- it were like-
September, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I can't really remember to be.
it was
to be
September.
Right.
We
So
did it in
it's
September, so it was
right,
quite
so
a bit.
it was after you'd played
Couple of
Reading
months
and
after
that
we
kind of
signed.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you carried on touring and kind of, I suppose, got even more used to the songs and then
Yeah.
went in and started to record. Now, what was it like recording the album in comparison to, say, recording the songs for 5 minutes with Arctic Monkeys or recording the demos, the infamous demos that everybody talks about?
Yeah, pretty similar. Not
Yeah.
too removed, to be honest. Other than the location being a lot more
Yeah.
remote. And
Because we hadn't had that much studio experience as well, it didn't seem like they didn't seem that different from each other. From only like obviously some equipment and facilities were a bit better from what we did with his demos,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It didn't seem like a big shock when we went into a bigger studio and to record an album or anything.
Yeah. How many demos had you recorded?
I don't
mean,
know.
how-
4, I think.
Four sessions,
Four
like-
sessions.
Four sessions, which yielded
About
how many
16 songs
16
altogether. I think.
songs have been
17 maybe.
flying around the world.
They used to be like we'd go in for a day or 2 days, and then the first one we ever did was like one that we just sort of like saved up for and went and did these 3 songs, and then that's how like we met like the fella that became his manager sort of thing after that
Right.
demo, and then like subsequently he like kind of knew the bloke in the studio, so sorted us out to get some to do the ones after that. But yeah, we used to do like 3 songs in a day or like in like 2 days or something, and just sort of mix it all there and then, and it would go pretty fast. But with the album, we didn't take much longer. Like we tried to do 1 tune every day, and like succeeded near enough.
Right, so, I mean, had you allocated more time and did you record more tunes? There's 13 tracks on the album. Did you take like
Yeah.
13 days to record the record, or did you
No.
record like 20?
We did it. We didn't record anymore. We did it over 3 weeks, but we went home for weekends, for most weekends, and but we tried. We near enough did do a track a day, but it weren't like as it seems like we started it morning and finished it at night. We just kind of started a new track every day, whether we finished it within 24 hours or not. But
Yeah. And this was in Lincolnshire, is that right?
Yeah.
yeah, in a place called South Thoresby.
Yeah. You
This-
ever been there before?
No,
No.
it's just a studio, a pub, and a church, and a
Right.
phone box.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I mean, who made that decision as to go there?
I think it was Jim. Who
Yeah,
did it with,
producer.
Right,
He likes that
Jim
studio.
Abbas.
yeah.
So, I mean, how did he compare to, say, like Alan Smith, who's built up quite a reputation now because
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
recordings he did with you in Sheffield?
I don't
Similar
know,
build.
yeah, darker hair. No,
But
it seems different for us because all the songs were already wrote and we already had arrangement and everything. There weren't much like production as such to be done. It was more of like getting the sounds and stuff and recording it and boosting morale. But like, so when it came to demos, obviously Alan gave his advice, and because then we were just starting out, so he gave a lot of advice on the songs and why don't you try this. And so then when it came to album, there weren't as much to suggest from a producer's point of view because a lot of it were already done. So
We did kind of bring things in, like, I don't know, some like mad little boxes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff that because we like Matt said before, we never really spent that much time in studios, and we're not kind of that technical or anything. We
Yeah.
don't really know that much. So,
Well, you know, how would you know unless you
Yeah.
try these things out and get to try them, and you don't get to try them until you get in the
Yeah,
position that you're in.
But but he did bring some good ideas in, Jim, and that, and like, you know, we did it also in the order that it's on that it's presented like on the album, like,
Yeah,
because I said I think when we went to meet him for the first time, I said, oh, these are songs that we want to do. I think this is like the order that we want to do them in, and he goes, all right, we'll try and record them in that order as well.
Yeah.
like, which is something that he'd
yeah,
never done before.
just wanted to try it, see what
And
if
it
it would
worked
make a
out,
difference.
like,
And had this been a set list order, or you know, the way you've been playing?
We
on
have played
stage,
it as a set
anything
list
like that?
after though, didn't we?
yeah.
Right.
But except for one of the songs.
Right.
Yeah. When we played a little gig at the Grapes in Sheffield, and
Yeah.
we did that as a set. But no,
We
I
just
don't
thought
know.
about it a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, kind of thought it through, and kind of wanted to make it sort of as interesting as we could, really. So there's sort of two halves to it, and there's like 5 songs that kind of go through it that are all sort of, I don't know, kind of joined in a way, I suppose, in terms of like subject. But yeah, we just tried to make as many sort of reasons for it being in that order as we could, really, and not just like, you
Just
know,
a collection or
of
something,
songs. you know.
Yeah, so it's more like in a way, pieced together like a story or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because you had to think about it more because we didn't go in a studio and like write an album, so we already had the song. So we kind of had to think of something to make it more of a purpose than just a collection of songs, like I said.
Yeah, no, but it works. It works really well. And then at what point did you come up with this title? Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. I mean, I gave you a book
Yeah.
just now.
Oh yeah,
Alan
we had
Soto.
I don't
Thank
know,
you
we
very
had
much.
it was pretty late on, weren't it?
Yeah,
Because we had other idea for a title, and but then like we watched this film.
It's something that we'd like overlooked a bit, really.
Yeah.
I think, a title, and then I don't know, we were thinking of one thing, and then more it was getting built up. We thought, oh, you know, we need something,
Yeah.
and then we were watching this film, and that like Lawrence had bought us.
Lawrence from Domino.
Yeah.
Right, Saturday.
Sorry, I'm
night.
assuming everyone knows
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, you know Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm not on it.
That's and the film is Saturday Night, Sunday Morning, starring Lawrence Harvey. And why did Lawrence buy it for you? Did he think you'd enjoy it then?
I don't know. I think so. I'd seen somebody else had got us another one, like from that era or something. And I can't remember. They just bought us like a lot. They kind of gave us a load of DVDs just to keep us sweet, like. I think.
At Tolma.
And that was one of them. And we watched it. And there was just this bit, and he's, I don't know, and it just went the way he said it, like where he delivered that line, just sounded right.
Yeah.
I don't know, right smart. And I thought it kind of, I like the idea, right? We're kind of from the film Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, because that's sort of what the album did as well.
Yeah.
Like go from Saturday Night to Sunday Morning, and also, I don't know, it kind of were, it got sort of felt like it applied to us and all in a way, like, because like people were saying stuff about us and, like, you know, writing things about us and that. Not necessarily bad. My tone makes it sound as if they were saying awful things about us, but no, I didn't mean that. But yeah, and I thought it kind of whatever people say, I'm not. We're like, I don't know, a good sort of way to get out of it.
Yeah. So it seemed to sum up the film. The quote seemed to sum up the album and the whole approach and what was going on, what people were talking about with regard to Arctic Monkeys, etc., etc. So it seemed very pertinent, which is excellent. So that's that job done. That was sorted. So you all felt quite happy until people started saying, "Oh, it's too long," etc. But so was that when did you know? Right, that's all done and dusted. We're sorted. We can release the album and move on.
Not like because we had all artwork thing as well. That was quite a thing that we were quite involved with. Like people, Juno in Liverpool, they did all his artwork, and we got quite involved with that though. But while we were on tour, so that was quite a long process because it was like I don't know, sat in hotel rooms in Japan at 3 in the morning talking to him about this picture on page 3 at artwork or whatever. So that was kind of quite a long process, but that got all, I don't know when was that, sort of early December, like that got finished.
Yeah.
But then they always need like 3 years before they release it, don't they, for whatever reason. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
yeah. But the artwork's great. I mean, these pictures. Who's the bloke on the front?
Oh, it's a friend
Good
of
friend
ours.
of ours.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
It's rare these days that you see somebody smoking a cigarette on the front of
Yeah.
an album.
There were.
Was that a big decision? Did people say, "Oh,
no,
you
well,
can't
we
do
didn't
that"?
think of it, but then
Oh,
it came
picked up
back
a
as
false start.
it came back as a bit of an issue.
None of us smoked,
but we
though,
sorted it
that's a funny
out.
thing.
Yeah, so, but we sorted it out.
It were
so-
all the people that actually smoked themselves that were like,
Yeah.
about it, which was like funny, I thought.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because they'd found this like old passport picture from like 60s of this bloke, and he had a cigarette, and then we goes, oh, like, you will try and do something like that. I can't remember. We were struggling again, like we were for a title for an album
Yeah,
cover.
we were just gonna have a blank thing. Weren't we?
And we didn't really want to be on it ourselves, like, and then I don't know, just this idea came. Because I mean, have you got the proper one there?
Yeah, I've seen
You
it,
got the book as
and
well?
so I've seen the booklet, and
Yeah.
it's got like loads of pictures with different people who are kind of like the characters in the
I
stories in a way
suppose
you could
so,
say.
yeah.
And I mean, does it tie in with a video, or is this just purely these
That is
photos
just
were
for
taken for
the
the
album,
album?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really great. It looks really brilliant, and it really ties in nicely. Did you ever think of writing the lyrics on the album sleeve?
We were gonna do, but I don't know. Then we were gonna just like write something else, and then it all just
Like a
got
story
on
line.
top of us, isn't it? I don't know. We're thinking about it too much. I don't know. I think we're just gonna like put lyrics on website, I think, or something like that. Because I don't know. It just I don't.
You have to
it
leave
didn't wanna
something to the
sorta-
imagination, don't you?
Yeah, it didn't want to. I don't know. Didn't want to kind of draw too much attention to it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because everyone always bangs on about it, don't they? So I thought it'd be nice to leave them off.
Yeah. No, fair enough. And now it's all happening. The album is out this week. Whatever people say I am, that is what I'm not, although I've added an is. And Arctic Monkeys are here. Well, two of them are here. And we're going to play you the whole of the brand new album. And Alex and Matt are going to talk us through it track by track. The View from the Afternoon, Arctic Monkeys, and the opening track from the album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, is getting the X-Posure Album Playback treatment tonight. Alex and Matt from the band are here with me to talk us through it track by track. It is Exposure, and it's a great way to start the album. And obviously you thought thoroughly about this kind of thing, and you thought that is the ideal opener, with lines like, anticipation sets you up for a bit of a disappointment. I mean, obviously with so much talk about you as a band, you clearly thought that was a great way to kind of set it out for people.
I one of them that I kind of only realised that about a couple
We
of
didn't even
weeks
mention
ago.
it the other day. Like,
And then just after I mentioned it, like people started going, "That's good. That's your first line.
Yeah.
It's really clever."
I remember when we first started playing it, one of the reasons we just wanted to start it, because it like kicked off like straight away. And it like, imagine turning on an album and hearing that first, you'd be thinking, what's this? I remember just when we used to practice it, we thought that'd be a good song to start his album with.
Yeah.
So it all fell into place.
It was one of the later ones though, like
Yeah.
one of the last ones that sort of got written for it.
Right.
But yeah. But no, you're right. Though, it's like,
It does make sense like that though as well, just accidentally.
and it's
Yeah.
sort of that's like it's before sort of the evening and everything. It's like whatever.
Yeah. So what's the song about, The View from the Afternoon?
Just like that, exactly. It's one of like my favourite title I think that I've ever come up with. 'Cause it is exactly that. It's like the sort of anticipation for the evening ahead or whatever.
Yeah. Looking forward to the big night out.
Yeah, I suppose. So,
Yeah.
Or the small night out.
Yeah.
any kind of or whatever. It might not be a night out. It might be anything. But
Right.
in that case, I suppose it is, because it's like just kind of, I don't know, comforting familiarity.
Yeah. And
Can't say
how
that
do you?
way.
I mean, how do you go about writing these songs? Because I mean, I've read that you all write them together and that kind of stuff. And with a song like "The View from the Afternoon," it's got that great bit where it stops and then starts up again. And do these all come out of jams, or does somebody come in with a bit of a tune and then you kind of work it from there? How does it work?
I think we all try and keep having as much input as we can, because if you don't do that, then like, if everybody's not sort of like feeling it, then it won't kind of get
You don't
through.
want to play it.
So everyone's got to sort of be kind of bring their own sort of input into it and that. But I don't know. We're not kind of. I wouldn't say we were a band that like jams though. I don't
Yeah.
think we're.
I don't know.
think
Yeah,
we're
we just
capable of that.
yeah. You can't just play stuff, and we can't just feel it and like, keep going in it all.
Well, I can assume when there was that quote from you saying we could have been a funk band. No, I was,
Weren't from
oh,
us.
really?
We were out at country and they needed something.
Exactly. Yeah. What can we put while they're away?
Well, the minute you read we could have been a funk band, you kind of think of a band who jams. You know?
No.
And as you say, feels it. And all
No, if we started, the jam would be exhausted straight away.
I think I once said that I liked Curtis Mayfield or something, and then that was the kind of equals. But yeah, I don't know. Now we don't really like. We can't really like jam.
No,
And that.
it's usually just like we get like a gist of what part we want to play, what parts we're all playing, and then we'll play that part for a bit, and then you can like kind of tell if you play it through a few times where you want it to change and stuff.
Right.
And then we have to try and think of something original to do then instead of something that we've already done or someone else has already been.
Yeah.
Someone else has already done. So.
Yeah. And in terms of the lyrics, I mean, do they get applied afterwards, or do you sing a few words? You're singing these playing these tunes on your guitar.
Different, really. I mean, we probably like with View from the Afternoon. It might have come after we'd all started jamming it together because it's very much a band. It's not the sort of thing that you could do on an acoustic, is it? Like so. But on other songs, you know, it might. The words might come first.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always very boring when you like people ask us how do you write songs.
They think we have a good story, but
it's like
it's never the same.
It's different every time. The words come. I don't know.
But, I bet you look good on the dance floor as the next track. So how was it for that one? I mean,
that's a really old one.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably like from
that and Dancing Shoes are like first ones. Oldest ones.
Right.
I can't remember like that would. It's probably just after I'd started thinking about like writing lyrics and that.
That was a long time.
And it was like, I don't know, there was sort of like something happened and I don't know. That again is very boring, but it was just like it was just like they were a girl and fancied her a bit.
Seems to be a bit of a recurrent theme in a lot of songs, I reckon. I mean, you actually said, Alex, again, you can dispute this whether it was actually quoted correctly, but you said the lyrics were crap on I bet you look good on the dance.
They're not as best. They're not as best. I don't
Only by
think,
our standards.
Excellent.
We got
It's a number one sound, though.
It is, absolutely.
Can't deny that.
And it goes like this. Arctic Monkeys on X-Posure. I bet you look good on the dance floor from the debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. And we have two of the Monkeys. With us tonight we have Matt and Alex. Do you like being referred to as the Monkeys?
Better than the Arctics.
Better than the Arctics.
Fake Tales of San Francisco is the next track, the first official release, I guess, as part of 5 minutes with the Arctic Monkeys. You said, I bet you look good on the dance floor, and Dancing Shoes were the two oldest songs. Where did Fake Tales come in?
That were on the demo after Dancefloor and Bigger Boys. Yeah, that was like that were on the same demo with Mardy Bum and Certain Romance, which was like I think that was towards the end of 2004.
Right.
Perhaps. Yeah.
And you've changed the words slightly for some stronger language. They
were
live. Not very
really
good, and now they're
we know.
effing W.
Yeah, but I don't know if it is stronger because I think if you were saying it and you were describing them, you would just say that like
the way teenagers are
nonchalantly.
They're not. These band aren't very good. I'm really not having a good time. That's
what we'd say down south.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Even if I don't think it'd be that harsh if you said they were.
Yeah. No, I wondered whether you'd thought about it and decided.
It was something we used to do live as well, though, isn't it?
It was something we used to do.
It was more
live.
like passionate.
And then I remember there were a dispute whether we were going to leave it on or not. To be honest, I think that got forgotten about.
And then we just left it, so it could have not been there.
Yeah. And is there a specific band in question, or was this just a whole wave of bands that you just seem to see around?
Oh yeah, that's it. Really, like an all sort of contingent. But it was making noises now. Cough button.
It was just like a lot of bands that we played with because we were doing a lot of gigs, like not just in Sheffield and outside of Sheffield when we were first starting to play away from home, and so we were supporting as a band. So we were supporting people, the people were supporting us, and you just saw it all really.
Yeah.
Every cliche.
Do you think? I mean, it could happen where now, because of your success, everybody's going to try and pretend to be an Arctic Monkey style band in terms of how you dress and talk. And
don't know.
They don't need to do anything special how we dress and talk. Dress
I read
normally and
something the other
talk
day that
normally.
said that we were like didn't have any style and that, which were a bit.
It's the cool thing about it, though, isn't it?
Is that how it works?
No.
Alright.
No, I don't know. I don't know what is style.
Good question. How can you define these things? You've got your own style. It's all
Yeah,
right.
that's it.
And
original.
this is it. Fake Tales of San Francisco. Arctic Monkeys, Fake Tales of San Francisco on X-Posure from the debut album. Dancing Shoes is the next track, the other oldest track on
Oh,
the
that is
album.
the oldest.
The oldest,
oldest,
the
yeah.
official. This is the officially
Yeah.
oldest.
That was second demo
Is
session
it
ever,
ancient?
I believe.
How long ago was it written then?
That would be like definitely in 2004, sort of early on, I imagine. Yeah.
Well, even were it? Because we did his first demos in 2003.
Did we?
Right, so
After
could
his
it...
second
I
gig.
imagine. I think it would have been early 2004.
I don't know.
Or probably maybe it was written in end of 2003.
Yeah. But how many things did we do? We did Stick in the Floor in like August 2003, that demo.
Oh, right, yeah.
So how soon after did we do other demo? Anyway, 2003 to 2004.
Yeah.
And
So
it
it
is
is-
still
it's
the
the
oldest
oldest.
song.
The oldest we've written that's on the
I
album.
mean, was
yeah.
it in terms of, because you've still included it, I mean, was it one of the first songs that you wrote, thought, this is pretty good,
Yeah,
actually?
absolutely.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Used to always be a. And it always a good live one as well. Like I don't know. I really like the solo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not bored of playing it either, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, still kind of. I don't know. It's just I think it was one of his first good ones. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, it still sort of survives. And I just like it kind of kept in with the theme of the record. I think it was like a, you know,
Yeah, and who did you have in mind when you wrote it? Was
just
it
everybody. Really.
everybody around you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just from going out and that.
Hmm.
I suppose.
And this is it, in song.
Mm.
Dancing Shoes. Dancing Shoes, Arctic Monkeys, from the album Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not.
People trying to pull. That's what I left
People
out
trying
from
to
before
pull.
the song. That's what it is.
That's what that
Previous.
song is all
Yeah,
about.
there you go. I should have
Excellent.
said that before.
No, you can say it afterwards because it's still fresh in our memory.
Mm.
Now, I mean, this is the longest title on the album. You probably couldn't see for the lights, but you were looking straight at me, is the title of this.
Yeah.
And tell us about this song.
That's the newest one.
The
From
from
yeah.
from
Let's just talk about it all
From old
in
to new.
relation to time.
yeah, how old it is. When did we write that? No.
Yeah, there's a newer one. I don't know. Just about someone that we met once.
Keep
But it's
it
got
vague.
nothing to do
It's
with
a
like a
secret.
club or out like that or going
Yeah.
out or any of that. So I think it's more about just like this person that we knew that were in a group.
As in a band group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just like that's where the words sort of came from. And
Interesting. So,
Yeah. So that's the words.
and the
and-
music.
Yeah.
the music came from I don't know.
I do get to sing a lot on it though, so
Yeah.
we'll mention that.
Yeah. How do you work out the backing vocals? Because the backing vocals are
I don't
great
know.
on Arctic Monkeys songs.
Yeah. Well.
Probably when Al runs out of breath, or well, not on this case. This was just to be a bit special and have two different
We've been said best
things at once.
It's been said on it best backing
Best
vocals
BVs
in
in-
Britain.
That's it.
Well, just for a bit
I
of
might get an award.
alliteration.
Yeah,
Best BVs in Britain.
yeah. I wonder what for that award.
Yeah. I mean, who else has got?
You've got it. Yeah, you've got it.
Who's challenges us?
These are other things that you go for to try and be different.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously other drummers sing,
But
but only
not,
la and ooh. No.
but not quite as
And
well
no.
as you, Matt. No.
Yeah, no,
Well.
we're kind of. I don't know. It's always interesting to bring
Yeah.
the other
People don't
songs.
expect it, and especially when we all sing as well. That always looks good. Like we've always said that. Like when everybody comes up to the microphone, it just seems to look like energetic.
Yeah. They're multi-talented. They can sing as
Yeah,
well as play
exactly.
instruments.
well,
But it's like,
it's not like- yeah.
looks good.
We'll be harmonising next.
Yeah, no.
Hope so.
Yeah.
And this is the next track on the album. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. You probably couldn't see for the lights, but you were looking straight at me. Arctic Monkeys, creating tongue twisters for DJs. That is their new profession. We're doing an album playback of the new album. Whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. And that was you probably couldn't see for the lights, but you were looking straight at me.
Does it say looking on yours or staring? By the way.
Staring, it says looking, and
Does
then
it?
on the finished copy, I'll
I forgot
that
which
out.
it is now.
I can't
And
remember
on the
what
finished
title was.
copy, it says staring.
Oh,
So
that'll
I've
be
been
it then.
reading out the wrong title.
It's fine.
Gone from a look
Apologise.
to a stare. No, it's all right.
It's all right.
I just wondered.
We'll just
what
keep it
said.
a mystery because I never remember
Who
anyway.
cares? It's that and what's got a long title.
Yeah,
Everyone
the one
remembers
with the
Yeah.
long
What do
title.
you
You probably
prefer-
couldn't
what-
see.
How do you refer to it? The one with the long title, or has
We
it
just
got
call
a-
it.
a
You probably
snappier
couldn't see,
title?
or
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
probably.
Which
It's-
sounds
we
like
said
it's
we'd
about
never
something
do.
completely different.
No, yeah. You probably couldn't see.
It was just a bit, yeah, it was just
We
a
would
bit
just have a
annoying.
joke like
When
about
Ben-
when. Yeah. Well,
Go on then.
When bands like, when bands start
Like old
touring
school
and,
bands.
and they start like shortening all the songs, like.
and
just 'cause
thought
they
we always
stop
used to
like
find it funny, and then we do it now. Like, oh, should we play Dancefloor? It's like, just,
that. It's straight bad, yeah.
but you get caught up in it all, don't you?
Let's see.
Still Take You Home is the next track, and it's kind of got it's like a nice twangy guitar rocker.
For a change.
Yeah, for a change. Yeah.
About girls in clubs.
Yeah, it's about girls in clubs. That's a surprise.
About when your fancy's in there.
So, what can you tell us about "Still Take You Home" that might not necessarily be obvious from the lyrics?
I remember we were sat somewhere in town once. Me and Cooks, and we were just discussing
Not the
what were going on. No, not the Cooks. No,
Jamie
Cooks. And I don't know, just discussing our surroundings, and that was what came in it, that tune. And I'm boring myself talking about it.
From that discussion, this
just-
song arose.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at describing the things like that.
Don't run
Yeah.
yourself down. There's no need.
Alright.
Cock
But I am
short.
though, John. I am
And-
disappointed in myself.
Oh, no, there's no need to be disappointed. I mean,
Yeah.
one thing that I wanted to ask about was, I mean, it's been kind of documented that you were rap fans.
What, sorry?
You were rap fans. You were into hip hop.
I thought you said rat
No,
fan.
you were big rap fans.
Like-
Love a water
You
rat.
collected white rats and brown rats. No, you're big hip hop fans. And did you discover rock, or were you simultaneously into rock and hip hop at the same time, or was it? I mean, did Jamie and you get guitars for Christmas or something?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did that turn you on to rock, or had you asked
Yeah.
Father Christmas for a guitar?
I'd asked Father Christmas to turn me on to rock.
Yeah.
He no, I don't know. Coot were always into bands. I think like before, like at school and that, and us three we went to different schools. Yeah, and we used to like sort of bits of hip hop and all that sort of stuff as well. Everyone we all liked Oasis and stuff. I can remember us two watching like There and Then and stuff, and being quite that video that they did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and being quite
Blown
excited
away.
about
Yeah.
that. But I used to be into like Roots Maneuver and all that sort of thing. And then like Cook and us lot sort of met on the Strokes sort of thing like that when they came out, and that I
Right.
think we were just
Common
starting
ground.
up, and we just liked the idea of a band, I think, and just like playing like, before we sort of liked any bands, if you know what I mean. You know, Strokes and Coral and all that sort of thing
Yeah.
kicking off, and we all liked that in the band, and then that's like probably why we started being a bit indie and that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's have another track. This is Still Take You Home. That was Arctic Monkeys, Riot Van, from the debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, which is getting the X-Posure Album Playback treatment tonight. We have two of the band. With me, we have Matt and we have Alex from the band. And that was Riot Van, which, I mean, the way you lay it out in the booklet of the album, it's kind of like the second half of the album, and it's like the most downbeat song, you know, the slowest song on the record.
It starts the 12-inch as well.
Yeah.
It starts the vinyl. So it
flip it
seemed
over.
like the best way to do this tonight with an ad break in between,
Yeah.
so people could get a cup of tea or whatever
Good
they
idea,
need to
John.
sit down with the rest of it. And why did you decide to split it in that kind of way?
I don't know, just because I think it's good to have some sort of, because we know we were going to do a 12-inch like, and so it would kind of, it seemed the pit, and we were wondering where to put this particular song because it sounds a bit different, and it seemed like a good, like right in the middle, sort of a bit of a shock almost, because
Yeah.
it's a bit different.
Now, to what extent are these songs stories, and to what extent are they personal experiences? I mean, have you ever been in a Riot van? Have you
I've
ever
never
been
personally
chased
been in
by
a Riot
the
van. No,
police?
It's all happened, like whether it's to you or just people you know,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
friends. So it's
It's-
all, you know, fact.
Yeah, and it starts out as a laugh and then goes all wrong.
A bit, I suppose, but I mean, I don't even think it was seen like that then.
No.
I mean, we used to be like, we weren't hoodlums or anything like, but I mean, you know, it was just sort of things that we saw when we were like a bit younger and that, and I was quite just like, still like sort of reminiscing about them times. Now it's like quite like, oh, it was funny.
It was.
Good time.
And then, of course, there's the taxi rank tale of red light indicates doors are secure, the next track.
Yeah.
And I mean, the great thing about so many of the songs is that they really do conjure up these places and these experiences, these moments. And I can really picture being in the taxi rank and watching all this going on and trying to get a cab home and nobody wants to give me a cab and all that kind of stuff. I mean, is that basically...
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how do you observe these things? Do you observe them, take them home and write about them, or do you put them into your phone or just save them till you get to the rehearsal studio? And
phones was a big one. Have you read that somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, I can't read mind, Alex. I've really done my homework. And I read something about you tapping lyrics into a phone.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with Riot Van, we're a sort of a kind of written from memory sort of thing. 'Cause it's about when we were much younger, like 14 or whatever. But like red lights indicate those are secured was from more now kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we just were. It's one of the most literal like ones. I wouldn't want to do like an album of them because it's just, it's the only one like it's got quite a lot of words in it, and it is just sort of just like a stream of consciousness. Almost.
Yeah.
But I like to think the flow's pretty tight.
Yeah, no, the flow is good.
Flow.
Do you measure it in those terms, in hip-hop flow terms? How you're laying down those lyrics and words?
Well, sometimes, time and again.
Yeah.
Every now and again. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's hear one of those tales. This is Red Light Indicates Doors Are Secured. Arctic Monkeys and track 8 from the new album, the debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. It's out in the shops now, but we're playing you the whole thing with two of the band talking us through it track by track. We have Alex and Matt from the band, guitar vocals and drums backing vocals, respectively. Both masters. Mardy Bum is the next track. Many people's favourites, I reckon. A big favourite when you play live, isn't it? And is it a favourite of yours?
It's it's a good song.
Pleasant.
A good. I don't hate it.
Oh, but it definitely is a good one to play live. Even though it's like quite a mellow song, it's still
and it's like
a lot of jumping.
The softest sounded sort of riff and that, and it's really good when you get like all boys there going.
It's like
It's a kind of bounce along tune, isn't it?
They do, yeah. Like at Reading Festival, that was insane.
But it's a good one, yeah.
And it has I suppose it sounds a bit like the Smiths or something. This, I mean, in a way. You into the Smiths?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. My driving instructor that got me into the Smiths.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as he was teaching you, he'd play the Smiths?
No, he never played because I couldn't concentrate on two things at once, like. But he lent us a couple of records, and I'd never been. I'd tried to get into it before, and I like weren't. It's one of them in it that you kind of takes a bit of.
I think that's where I am at now.
I
think that's where I'm at now. I'm in process.
What getting into?
Yeah.
And he lent a Zap Full of Hollow and the Smiths like on 12-inch. And I don't know, that sort of transformed me. I thought, this is really, really smart.
Yeah, it just connected.
Yeah, I don't know. We got like a lot as new ones, I think. I listened to them quite a lot since a lot of these were written. And yeah, I don't know. I imagine a lot of his new stuff's maybe a bit more. You can tell the influence a bit more. Yeah.
Right. How old in all these kind of in the chronology of Arctic Monkeys?
Well, very
songs?
related to that sort of thing.
Is Mardy Bum
that's
old, new? I mean, relatively new.
Still too
relatively old.
Yeah.
Still same sort of Fake Tales era.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is it. Arctic Monkeys, Mardy Bum from the new album, the debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. It's X-Posure. Working our way through the album track by track with Alex and Matt from the band. We have Perhaps Vampires is a bit strong, but there's the next tune. And I mean, what's it like now? Obviously, you are massive, etc. I mean, you're not necessarily growing in stature, but you're a massive band. And I mean, what's it like back home in terms of success and how people are treating you and that kind of stuff? Has that changed? Are people kind of being nicer, or are they being
I don't know.
more mean?
you get a bit like I don't know. We haven't really had that much meanness yet. I don't think. Like in town, you get more sort of attention than you do like around our local sort of area.
Yeah.
Are people recognising you when you walk down the street and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Say when you went Christmas shopping, say, did people stare at you or accost you or anything like that? Or just
You get it in Sheffield quite a lot, like usually.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, like every time you go, especially if there's like more than one of us together, because then it's like they're not like, is that him? No, I don't think so. But if you're like both together, they're like, it's got to be. So usually, like when it's like that, you can guarantee someone will come up to you or point at you or something.
Yeah. And do you are they viewing you as local heroes now, or are they saying because it happened so quickly in a way?
If yours is more of a stain.
There'll be in years to come. They'll be putting up statues and erecting, putting plaques on walls. I'm sure. What's the next song about? Perhaps Vampires is a bit strong, but.
Well, when we were, I keep having to relate everything to time now. So, like a couple of years, like about a year or so ago, we started doing like a lot of gigs out of Sheffield, and we had like Jeff then who sort of started managing us and that, and he had like an old Saab, and we used to all get in his Saab and like sort of pack the car up with a few amps or whatever, and then go and play these gigs. And people, when you talk to them at home, always used to seem like, "Oh, what are you doing that for?" sort of thing. Like, do you get paid then?
How much money did you make?
It's like, well, no, we're just sort of, we love doing it, and like we're kind of getting his name about a bit or whatever. I don't know. We didn't really know what we were doing, but we were just like going and playing, like, sort of the circuit, I suppose. Yeah, and it was just kind of about them attitudes, and everyone's like thinks they're an expert on sort of how you get on in bands and that. It was like a reaction to that, but that's why I didn't just call it Vampires, because
it's a bit strong.
I think it is a bit strong. Like it sounds a bit. I don't know. Yeah.
But Vampires is the word you use.
Yeah. But I kind of apologised for it in the title.
Just couldn't think of another word, so that was closest one to it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And this is it. Arctic Monkeys. Perhaps Vampires is a bit strong, but Arctic Monkeys. Track 10 from the new album, the debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not.
Think anyone will still be listening?
Yeah, of course they will. Of course they're still listening.
Yeah.
They're glued to their sets, waiting for your every word, Alex. Didn't you realise that?
Okay.
That was perhaps Vampires a bit strong, but When the Sun Goes Down is the next track. And you were talking about abbreviating song titles and that kind of stuff. And for a long time, people were referring to this as Scummy. Do you refer to it as Scummy, or was it always When the Sun
By
Goes
accident.
Down?
But I've got over it a bit now.
We kind of dropped the when the off it.
Yeah, it's just Sun Goes Down, because I don't know. We never really had a name for it for a long time. We used to just refer to it as Scummy ourselves, or Scummy Man at first.
Yeah.
But then we realised it weren't just about a scummy man.
More
It was like general scum. And it were Scummy, just so we like knew what to play.
But then
and
it
stuff.
didn't seem fair to call the area Scummy, because it's quite nice in its own way as well. Like, but it is a bit dark and
So
it's like.
It's not Scummy in the day.
But if
That's why.
there's like a film that somebody's like a guy called Paul Fraser who did a film with Shea Meadows called A Room for Romeo Brass. I don't know if you've ever.
I haven't seen it.
Well, he did other stuff as well, but he like did a script. He kind of did a script, like sort of inspired by the song, and that's what our videos like from this film that they've made.
Yeah.
And it's really like really amazing sort of thing. I mean, they've brought their own. It's like they've brought all their own sort of characters into it, and it's like sort of not. It's like it is sort of like it's about the similar sort of area to what it were. The kind of our song were written about, but he's kind of obviously put his own kind of artistic input or whatever into the thing. But it's really great, like some acting, and it's like amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, when you wrote this, it seems really compassionate, I think, in a way, the song and the lyrics and the kind of story, and you really feel for that girl. I mean, when is this something you saw on your way home from a night out, or is it something that you saw regularly? Say, I don't know.
It used to be regularly, like after practice, because it's the area that it's about. It's where we used to have our practice room, and that's where it's on cover of the single where we used to practice, and it used to just be like that when we used to come out of practice. You used to see all kinds of things, And but even before that, we still practiced around there in the studio where we rehearse now. And when before any of us could drive or anything, like back in the day, like one of his dads would give us a lift there or something, and then they'd be getting propositioned while they're waiting for us.
Because they look like curb crawlers.
All that, all that kind of stuff.
No, I'm waiting for
remembered.
my son. He's in a band and he's rehearsing in there.
And he's like, the girl's like, it's all right, love. You
Yeah.
you don't have to pretend to me.
We'd have his instruments in his hand, like guitars, and then there'd be these guys coming up to you with a carry bag and like saying, "How much are them guitars worth, lads? How much can I get for one of them?" Only about £1, you don't want it.
Yeah, and you just couldn't understand why there'd like be a bloke walking about right
Just
late at
walking about
night
with a carry bag.
or whatever. I don't. Yeah.
What is in that bag?
But then it's like at the same time as that, it's so. There's like loads of practice rooms and like bands and everyone is always there. It's like weird how they sort of, exist.
All these things come together.
And that was something that the bloke said, like when we moved into the room, he said like, "Watch out, lads, it changes when the sun goes down." So he actually really said it.
He actually said that.
Yeah.
I know
Wow.
it sounds too good to be true. No, but he did.
But we already knew that because we'd already practiced there like over road before. And
we've
that, but
seen it.
like, I don't know. That's where it came from. Play it, John.
Arctic Monkeys, When the Sun Goes Down, track 11 from the album Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not, which is getting the X-Posure Album Playback treatment tonight. The first ever debut album to get this treatment. We reserve this normally for people who've got, I don't know.
Who've got what?
More baggage, more experience, more, they're kind of more jaded probably, more over the hill. No, but
More to say.
Yeah, no. I think you're doing well, and but we couldn't resist doing this tonight. I mean, I'm really pleased that you came in. From the Ritz to the Rubble is the next track, which was actually the other side of 5 minutes with Arctic Monkeys. And let's do the chronological thing again. And how old is this in Arctic Monkeys terms?
Newer. It's sort of kind of the bookend. If you've got the afternoon was the start, then the kind of morning after is the end of it. Like it's more sort of like, and I think the second half of the record is more kind of where we're perhaps going in like, because we got quite a lot of new tunes like since the album and that, and they more kind of sound like that sort of stuff like that's on the second half maybe. Especially like Ritz to the Rubble, I think that like opened a bit of a door for us to be able to. So it sounds a bit more dramatic than a lot of them in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you say you got lots and lots of new songs. I mean, what do you want to do with them? I mean, because say if you were, if this album playback were taking place with a band who were 3 albums under their belts and all that kind of stuff, and then I mean it's a ridiculously elongated process now for some bands that they don't, they might have new material but then they don't release it for 2 years or something. And are you keen to get these songs recorded?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you mind if you did record them and a similar kind of thing happened with the first bunch of demo recordings that kind of got shared? And
I don't know.
It's a bit like different now, isn't it?
It's a bit of it's a thing to think about. I think if we did if we did that again, it'd be too sort of knowing. Everyone would be like, and it weren't. It were an accident before, so you can't really. I don't think the moment you try and apply like a technique or like a strategy, then it won't be the same. So I think we're hoping to like record them maybe at the end of this year, or I don't know, kind of sometime throughout this year. And then hopefully try and get the next record out like January next year.
Yeah, January 2007.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem, because like we're saying, like a lot of these songs seem pretty old to us now. We don't want to kind of be playing this album for the next, I don't know, 3 years.
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. But
I don't think anyone wants to hear it for the next 3 years either, because like it's weird, like in terms of like tours and stuff. It's like a kind of. Normally a band releases an album, don't they, and then they do a couple of tours after they've released it, but it's almost like we've already done his album tour, like
3 or so.
Yeah.
Back in.
And yet there are still going to be people who'll be hearing you for the first time,
Yeah,
possibly
true.
even
Yeah,
tonight. No.
Yeah.
And they'll think, wow, this album's amazing. I heard a lot of stuff, but I like these people. I want to see these songs played live, which is obviously what you're going to be doing over the next few months. And this is one of those songs that I'm sure will be in the set. From the Ritz to the Rubble. Arctic Monkeys, From the Ritz to the Rubble. Track 12. We're almost at the end. Just one more track to go. From Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. Alex and Matt, thank you so much for coming in And
problem.
thanks for talking us through it. I really appreciate it. And A Certain Romance is the last track on the album, and the way you've got it laid out on the sleeve, it's kind of separated from the two main bodies of tracks. Why? I mean, why did you want to separate this in that kind of way, in that kind of visual way? I mean, what do you think A Certain Romance is kind of saying?
I think it's because it doesn't really like the theme that we went on with the album, with the 12 tracks. That's like kind of separate, as if it's like an overall. It's not like a specific subject like a lot of them ones are. It's like an overall thing, like a conclusion, kind of.
Would you say? I mean, say like from the afternoon through to being chucked out of the club by the bouncers. He's kind of going home. And he's concluding about
maybe
what
he's
his
reflecting.
experience.
Maybe he's writing in his diary.
I don't even think it is. I don't know. It's almost like it's not him anymore, I suppose. I don't know. We're all getting a bit too deep.
I don't know who he is. Who's he?
But it's more just like it's always been his finisher. It's like it is a conclusion. It's a lot more not vague, but like kind of
loose.
What's the word? Like it's kind of reflective. Whereas the other ones are a lot more sort of. A lot of them are quite specific. It's like that happened and that song came from it. Whereas this were more like
a few things happened.
And it just, I don't know. And we'll never be able to do that again. I don't think like in that way. And it's always kind of separate and like it's the last play.
And I mean, when you write the words and stuff, do you discuss them with the rest of the band? I mean, do you discuss like you say you've got a few ideas? Do you discuss subjects with Matt and everybody else?
It's
and
like,
then then go away, come back, and I've written this about what we were talking about the other night.
We could there's different things with it. Like sometimes we can tell, like if we do something, like we can all tell, like this would be a good subject for a song. Like if there's something we've done when we've gone out that we like won't forget because it was that funny or that strange or whatever. And then we can all tell that would be like a good idea for a song.
Like that Spain thing.
Like what?
Like that Spanish thing.
Indeed. And also, but like another way that we have our input as well is like in studio, like I'll like have two options for line, like two separate lines, and we've got to choose from or something. So
we like play a game.
We'll give us an opinion on that. We'll split up into teams. Whoever wins gets to choose. So then we just have our input on that.
Yeah, and is that good for you, Alex, to get that feedback and that kind of thing?
Absolutely, because it's dead hard to kind of choose sometimes. If you've just been sat like
or sit back and
writing something, it's like you can't tell what's rubbish and what anymore. So it's like which who are you going to ask other than them people? Like?
MP.
Yeah, MP. The small one.
Thanks a lot. I'm going to play A Certain Romance in just a sec. Thanks a lot for coming in. And maybe we'll do this again, January 2000.
Maybe we will. When we're more established.
Yeah, then we can talk about your mansions and your villas and your boats and all that.
And we can talk about the different. We can compare and contrast then.
Yeah, we'll do a double one.
This is it, the last track tonight from Arctic Monkeys, A Certain Romance.
Radio X.